and Trish, who is our MC from Wilmington office. As you know, she's been a wonderful support to our office. She's still going to always continue to support for us. But I'm going to allow her to give you guys some updates about check processes and just additional updates about the processes so that we're all on the same page. So I'm going to let Trish, she's on Zoom.
Hey everyone. So Alana, am I able to share my screen by any chance?
You will have to become my co-host.
No.
So let me see.
Alana, you could stop sharing and Trish should be able to share the screen.
Okay. That should work, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys about commission processing and your opportunities. I just want to make sure that everybody understands what's going to happen and how both of us are going to have to support each other to make sure that your commission payments are processed. So let's see if you guys get to see my screen. Do you guys see a command mobile screen or a command screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so just a couple of things. First, I want to say thank you for your patience while we work through all of these changes. Like Andrea said, there will be a new MCA starting after Thanksgiving. So I know that that's really going to be huge for you guys. So I know she's excited about that. So with your commission deposits, I am committed to making sure that your commissions are deposited into your bank accounts within 48 hours of receipt of that money into the office. When those funds are available will be dependent upon your financial institution, but my commitment is to have it deposited within 48 hours. And there are a couple of things I just want to go over with you that in order for that to happen, the agent needs to make sure is happening on their side. So when you create an opportunity in command, these are the two items I'm looking for. So this is your opportunity. In the documents section, whether you're representing the buyer or the seller, the consultation or the listing, and the under contract folders, the documents need to be uploaded and submitted to the Market Center for contract review. So right now, this folder says it's open. If I go up to this button here that says submit to Market Center, that's going to submit these documents for review. And so I am looking to make sure the folder says submitted next to it. If it doesn't, I will reach out to you to let you know that your documents need to be submitted. The other portion of this that needs to happen is that this offers and commissions tab needs to be submitted as well. And what you do in here is you go to the add new offer button and you're going to go ahead and fill out all of these offer details. And it's going to bring you to the end of screen. That's going to show you what your commission breakdown is going to be. There will also be on this screen a submit to Market Center button. They are two separate events. So submitting your documents to the Market Center will not submit the offers and commissions tab because the documents is going to go to compliance and the offers and commissions is going to come to me for commission processing. So you have to make sure that both of those events happen. So I would say if you drop off a commission check to the office or one comes in the mail and Alana scans and emails it to you, to make sure that these two items have happened. It's going to just expedite the payment for you, other than me receiving the check and then having to reach out and say, these documents weren't submitted for review or this offers and commissions. And then one other tip I would recommend is to make sure that whatever you submitted, whatever information you submitted in the offers and commission section actually matches the amount of the commission check. Because if we need to make some changes, that's really easy for us to do. So that's about it. And we also ask that you guys submit your documents, your ratified documents, and this offers and commissions tab within 48 hours of contract ratification, because that's also going to speed things up for you. And because I'm committed to 48 hours, I'm asking you guys to commit to 48 hours for me. So That was kind of the one update I wanted to get just to make sure that you guys are getting paid as quickly as possible. So if anybody has any questions, let me know, reach out to me.
We have a question.
Okay.
No, Trish, like, in demand, it always asks for like the percentages, is it 1%, 2%? And the one nonprofit I work for, there's no percentage, some of it is like flat fee. So the commission check normally is higher than what's actually submitted in command.
And in that example, I remember what I do is I tweak the percentage to get the flat rate play out.
I've been trying that first.
And I just work it to as close as I can get it. Command won't let you go under 1%. So the lowest percent, you can put in 0.5%. So the lowest percent you can put in there is 1%, right? And you want your purchase price to be right. You don't want to change your purchase price to get to the number. So what I do is I make sure my purchase price is right. Trish, tell me if you want it a different way. I make sure my purchase price is right. I tweak my percentage as much as I can to get my commission rate to come out to the flat number that I'm trying to accomplish. And if I can't pull that off, then I get as close as I can and I add a note onto the commissions tab. There's a place where you can add a note. And you can just write in a note that says, hey, this is a flat fee of $12.50, see my commission statement, you know, in my DocuSign or whatever. You can even attach it under your documents as an additional document so Trish can see your commission statement if you sent to closing, because that's going to show exactly what you should get paid. And you can just cross-reference it that way, you know.
Yeah, so give me 1 second. I'm working through one right now. So I think that you can add in a flat fee. Let me just walk through one really quick. I stopped sharing my screen, so just give me 1 second.
Trish, while you're doing that, I'm going to ask another question.
Sure, and I'm having a hard time hearing you guys, so I might have to ask Andrea to repeat, but go ahead.
Okay, so when Trish says that we should submit our initial documents and our offer and our commissions within 48 hours of contract execution, right? That is like such a great goal to follow, because my understanding is that the brokerage doesn't even know you have an offer until you create the offer and you submit it and you say you've accepted the offer in command, and then your commission tabulates, and then you can refine that and submit. And the only way that our team knows that we have units or numbers is if we report them.
Yep.
And it's critically important that they're able to report their numbers to regional, and regional is able to report their numbers to international. So this whole thing that we do at the end of every month, which Trish and I know is closing the month, is sort of critically important for this operation to be able to function, be after all of us, you know. It also, I think, really helps you to keep an eye on what your projection is. And just as like a side note, just the MCTT suggestion. Whenever I put in an opportunity, I don't give it an estimate until it's active. So all this nurturing and following up and all that stuff before active, I don't even have a number in there. I don't know what your budget is. I don't know the commission rate. Because I don't want to see a projection that's loaded up with a bunch of fluff. What I want to see is that projection on that opportunity screen, right? It takes me from active on. So once you've engaged with me, I better know what your budget is. And I'm usually putting 2.5 in there, because not everybody's paying 3 anymore. So my projection is conservative, that I have a good feel of what my cash flow is going to be, right? Otherwise, I'm relying on garbage. So the beauty of doing all that 48 hours after contract execution is now you've got an opportunity that you're tracking. It's accurate, you know what property it's on. There's an offer in there, it's accepted. You have an idea of what your rate of pay is. You know, you have an idea of what you're trying to bulletproof against to get into your pocket. And all that's really good information to help you make decisions.
So from a market center perspective, that's a really great point. And I also just want to point out that, like, I don't want to ever be a hypocrite. I'm terrible at compliance, and I'll be the first one to say I suck at that, right? So we brought Beyond in here to help kind of like give us some assistance on that compliance side of things. Listen, guys, you don't have to pay the $400 for the full TC. You can pay $49 for the compliance. They'll do your uploading. They'll make sure your docs are done, and you'll get paid on time. Our number one issue right now. So like I see a ton of going back and forth on getting paid on time, and I get that as an agent. Like that's the number one pet peeve. You want to make sure you get paid on time. But most of what we're seeing right now, we've had a couple hiccups with banking to reopen new bank accounts for the ownership change. That was a little bit of a hiccup, full transparency. But the main issue we're seeing right now is docs. It's like, because the stuff gets submitted, a check gets dropped on the front desk, a day later, an email goes out that says, hey, there's like no documents, and then 2 days later, we get it fixed. Now we're 4 days later, and then it's like, well, there's no chance we're gonna have 48 hours that way. So if you do the compliance portion of the TC side of things, like that's why I brought that here. For $49, do it. If you do 20 deals in a year, that's $1,000 for 20 deals to be done on time. It's totally worth it. You know what I mean? If you want to do the full TC, you're welcome to do that. Makes life super easy. But at the very least, do the compliance portion. Make sure you get paid on time. That's my soapbox. But it's an offer that's there. We brought that company here specifically for that. So
I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for that, because yes, like the projections, and ultimately us having the projections will help me help you, because if I have a report and you guys have turned in commissions, it's easy for me to go through that report and say, hey, 123 Main Street was scheduled to close. Did that happen? No. And then I can go in and terminate it, or you can give me an update on a closing date. So, and again, it really helps us. And then, you know, you guys can also project out what your commission payments are going to be. So just to go back to the flat rate question, I just did a commission and it let me change the fee to a flat rate. So if you're having an issue with that, give me a call and we can walk through it over a Zoom if anybody needs to, and I can help you guys walk through those.
Trish, it's possible that this was a recent tweet, because
I don't.
You think it was a recent tweet? Because I know there's a feedback loop in the MCTT community. I go to meetings every week where we get feedback from all of you guys, and that information gets submitted international, and the programmers start to add on features. And so there's so many things that are in labs. It's ridiculous. We're updating every week on what's in labs. So it's constantly getting better. And I know from the past conversations, it gets a little frustrating when we go in there on Monday and then it can do something on Friday that it could do on Monday. But the last time I did a flat, which was probably 2 months ago, I couldn't do it. So I think it's relatively new.
It could be. I mean, I've been training people like this. So, and again, let me just share my screen. And I want to make, yeah. I just want to make sure. Okay, so you guys can see this commission tab.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go into, so you need to make sure that you have this contract dates here and general information. I have this set that it's like, I have it set as a 3% commission rate, total commission $3,000. If I go into edit agent payment and I go to agent gross commission, I can change that. As long as you don't hit calculate commission, because then it's just going to calculate it back to the original number. So, and I just tab through and click save changes.
Trish, would let you submit when you have a variance between top and bottom. It will.
It won't.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
this is what I thought.
All right, hold on. So if I change it here.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has to happen in the edit general information.
Yeah, they have to match. Yeah. You see how it changed
Okay,
the
that
rate
makes
for you?
sense. Okay, that makes sense. So submit, yeah, so it has to happen in that general information. So it has to happen in this top part where you're just putting in like the flat fee of the commission.
But hopefully everybody noticed when Trish went up into the top section and she overrode the commission calc to match the bottom, it tweaked the rate for her. It reverse calculated in her rate so that she could match up.
I can do that again if you guys.
Yeah, percentage, yeah.
Okay.
It's that. I think that functionality is what's good. I don't know that you were able to tweak that top section before. Oh, anytime.
Trish is really low.
Anytime. And
Oh, am I
everything,
going too fast?
It just went.
and Trish, I'm sorry, everything that Trish reviewed on documents and commissions, I'm prepared to train on.
Cool.
Okay? So yeah, and then have been for well over a year. If anybody has a question about anything, let me know.
Let me ask this question, it's about the docs and compliance. There's like one, I mean, again, we get everything from short, but it's required, and the buyer has to sign, and they want the home warranty, which should it really be required if the seller's paying home warranty?
The waiver
Whatever
thing.
the process, the file, you know? So, I mean, we can do it, but we really,
Honey,
you
you,
shouldn't hold anything out.
you missed something when Fauna was here, it's really important, and I want you to hear this, okay? Because I'm telling you, before she said this today, I was frustrated with this waiver thing. Okay? Because why should I be required to put in a waiver? If they don't want the home warranty, they don't want the home warranty, right?
Well, the seller's paying for it.
I'm just saying, like, either way, like, why is this a required document, the home warranty, right? It's been frustrating. But Fauna just brought up the best point this morning. I didn't know this. If we get them to sign a waiver and we end up in a lawsuit, they're gonna cover our E&O up to a certain amount. If it was $3,500, that's a huge number, okay? So now I'm super motivated to get the waiver signed. And I'm super motivated to keep it as a compliance requirement in order to educate the agent, especially the newer agents, that they have this opportunity to get this protection if they just get this waiver signed.
And you're right about that, and I forgot about it, but in the home warranty, I think requirement is HFA, she.
Does it say? I don't know if
Yeah,
it says HSA in there.
I think we have to get them that form then for honor, because that's a separate company.
We have that form, and it's in your Market Center library.
That's what you're not understanding what she's saying, because I'm in agreement with her.
It should be
So-
easier to get.
So Mike has a listing.
Yeah.
He's with the green team, right? And the green team put a warranty on.
Yeah.
Right?
On the list.
But ours is different because inside of our requirements funds is our home warranty to say wait or, proceed. So what she's asking is how do we take like American Home Shield or, HSS and say if they're waiving it or not.
Well, and I see what you're saying with the being in the market center folder, but let's make it easier, because it should be somewhere where, like, a lot of us don't like to do compliance and some of us have help and we can't get help. But if we can put it somewhere on documents, we don't have to go and then look at another document. It should be right there. Everything should be right there. easy
Where
access.
are you talking about? In Japan? Yeah, there's no place to put documents in Japan.
Yeah, there's a place right there where it's
Where you
already at.
attach them from your DocuSign.
If you go to command, I don't want to get too into it, but there's a place there in command where you can click on it and that document's there, where the compliance is.
Yeah, under the documents tab.
Yeah, right now it's HSA. So if you're saying we should really have the one waived for fauna, I'm just saying it needs to be on one. That's all.
Yeah.
If that's the one we should be using, because we can get insurance for ourselves and we have to get one signed, then let's get that one signed. But it's not in there right now, it's HSA. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, definitely. Maybe we can look at that a little later.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up right now. Yeah, let's
We'll
do
tackle
it.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's a good conversation.
It is a great, thank you, Trish, for
Thanks, Trish.
all your help. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you guys,
Thanks, Trish.
I checked that KLRW 883 email address, so feel free to reach out to me there.
Yeah, and I have